Hello. Stories of Synchronicity, Part 2. So, when I was healing from a broken heart, like I was in the last Synchronicity, when I was going through that, and I was in a good place, like I was in a decent place, right? I was working through it and doing a lot of meditation, a lot of mystical moments coming up from that point. But I went to visit my friends in Columbus, and I was, the night before, I remember I received a tiny little box from Amazon, and I knew that something was coming because when I got the box, now I have a lot of 444 synchronicities, and not just in like silly ways. Like I have crazy 444 synchronicities that literally traveled across the world with me. Like that I'll get into that in other videos. But I got this little box, and this was the dimensions on said box without the glare. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so there's 444 twice. Of course, I saved it. And I was like, that's good. That's too good, right? Too good. 4x4x4, number 444. Fantastic. So I'm riding that high in the morning. I'm on my way to Columbus. I'm feeling good. I was listening to some music. I wish I could remember exactly what it was, but I have a feeling it was like Japanese breakfast, because I saw them for the first time while I was rolling my face off at a music festival, and I was like just hooked. I just had like an emotional connection to this band. And it was just going, like I said, going through a really emotional time in my life and moving through it. And so I'm like on the highway. I just made it in Columbus, and I'm about to go to my friend's house, and I'm feeling really good in this song. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like in this such a vibe. And I just see this license plate that says "You Are Loved." And I was like, damn. I am loved. And it brought a tear to my eye, I was like, I just needed to hear that, I was like, yeah, like I am loved, like when you go through heartbreak like that, when you go through that level of feeling separated, right? It can feel really, something as simple as that can really just lift your spirits, right? And I just was like, damn, I am loved. Beautiful, beautiful feeling. So, hang out with my friends, have a good time. Next day we go to this like flea market, but it was in like a school, like an old school that they just use now for this like flea market fundraiser type thing, whatever. So we get there, and my friend, she walks up and she opens the locker because it's a school. Just opens it up and is like, oh, some towels, just some white towels folded. Well, I open the one next to her, look in, I'm like, pull up this little sticky note. I'm like, no fucking way. You are loved. I was like, what'd I say, guys? What'd I say? I was like, I'm loved. I'm like, what? I'm like, look, everyone look, I'm loved. This guy over here is loved. And of course I took it. Of course I kept it. But that blew my mind. I mean, to go from just those, again, sometimes it's the simple ones. Like, it doesn't have to be some massive thing, but when it means something massive to you at the moment, that's massive, right? And yeah, that's pretty much the whole story. But man, it just left me like feeling just like, man, like this stuff is real, like this stuff is not like when you have that relationship, like the universe, like God is like talking to me. It's just a beautiful feeling. It just leaves you jaw dropped, and it's just inspiring, and it just makes you feel like you're on the right path. And I can't wait for more, and I want to share more, and I just hope that you are having the same beautiful experiences, your own synchronicities. And if you want to share, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear them, because I always love a good synchronicity story. But there's nothing like experiencing them. So let's create more synchronicity in our life, and I'll see you next time. You are loved. Peace.